I was at sea during the first few scenes of Constellations, the current offering in the Rep Studio series, but I was riveted once I recognized the theory Nick Payne's script is based on, string theory. In the scenes that puzzled me, a charming academic named Marianne is trying to make a connection with Roland, a beekeeper she just met at a party. We see several takes on their encounter. Some present alternate versions of what we've already seen, others advance the story a little. I was reminded of Sure Thing from David Ives' All in the Timing, in which a guy and a girl get to back up in time and redo their mistakes until they finally get their first meeting right. But it's always the same guy and the same girl in the same universe. Not so in Constellations. I figured out what was going on when Marianne, a theoretical physicist, explains to Roland how the gap between quantum mechanics and general relativity is bridged by string theory, which implies the existence of multiple universes. In the quantum multiverse, Marianne says, every choice, every decision you've ever and never made exists in an unimaginably vast ensemble of parallel universes. When I say it, this language may leave you cold, but in the play it's part of a seduction that Roland finds irresistible. I did too. In Ellen Adair's performance at the Rep, Eric Gildy makes Roland's responses just as compelling. The play continues to track the relationship of Roland and Marianne in scenes taking place in multiple universes with varying outcomes. I'm interested in the theoretical underpinnings of Constellations, and I found it fascinating to consider the implications that being part of a multiverse has on the choices and chances in our lives, particularly at the end of the play when illness becomes a major factor. I'm still thinking about what Marianne says about the irrelevance of time at the level of atoms and molecules, and I admire the way the ending reflects her insight. I admire the total commitment of Gildy and Adair to each of their universes under direction by Steve Wolfe that could not be more sympathetic to the play's ideas. I especially admire Adair's ability to cry on cue. Bill Clark's set, Lou Bird's costumes, Ann Wrightson's lighting, and Rusty Wandel's sound all make the production better. Not everyone will respond to Constellations the way I did. I hope this review will help you predict what your response will be.
Well, I'm afraid I didn't find the connection with multi-universes really working for me in the play. I mean, I found very interesting what they were doing, but I couldn't see that much difference with what David Ives did with it for me and in responding to it.
And for me, there really was a difference.